entertainment industry is booming. The food is awesome. The people, the vibe that we create here in Atlanta is unmatched. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, y'all. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another edition of As Told by Bree. I am, of course, Bree, and I'm super excited to have y'all here today. If you're new, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I am here to talk about all things Atlanta, okay? So I've been in Atlanta for 2.5 years now. I can't believe it's been that long. I remember when I first moved here. But yes, I've been in Atlanta for 2.5 years. And I've seen a lot, okay? The good, the bad, and the ugly. So I am here to share with you guys my best advice on pros and cons of living in Atlanta. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the pros. So first things first, the cost of living in Atlanta is definitely significantly cheaper than a lot of the other major cities like Chicago, DC, New York, LA. So you can find some affordable housing in the city, and then as you get farther away from downtown Atlanta, Midtown, Buckhead, as you get farther out into the outskirts and as you go outside of the perimeter, you can find more affordable housing. You may be able to find something closer to that 800 or 900 mark that you're looking for. It's just kind of depending on where you want to live, where you want to stay in the city, but also keep in mind like the trade-off between price and traffic. If you live in the city, it may be worth it to pay a few $100 more just to not have to deal with 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes worth of traffic every single day. Okay, so another pro about Atlanta is that it's a melting pot. Like, you have so many different types of people. A lot of the people who live in Atlanta have come from different places. So everyone has diverse backgrounds. You're gonna have people from a little bit of everywhere. Like, I have friends who are from Kansas City, Missouri. I have friends who are from Baltimore, friends who are also from Florida. Like me, I have friends from the West Coast, friends from Jamaica. Like, there's so many different types of people in Atlanta, and they all want to move here because there's so much going on in Atlanta, y'all. So Atlanta is a place to be, and there are so many different types of people here. Okay, so Atlanta is truly a chocolate city. Like, it has one of the highest Black populations in the United States of America. There are so many successful Black people in Atlanta, and I think that's one of the things that drew me to Atlanta, and one of the things that keeps me here and continues to inspire me is that, you have Black doctors, Black lawyers, Black real estate agents, Black engineers, like you have Black professors, Black teachers, like you have so many different types of successful Black people. The mayor of Atlanta is a Black woman and a graduate of Florida A&M University, if I might add, okay? But yeah, you have a bunch of different types of Black people here, and it's really inspiring and motivating to see Black people who are successful and then also reaching back to that next generation of leaders. So yeah, that's one of the great things about Atlanta, is that there are a lot of Black people here in Atlanta and a lot of successful Black people at that. Another pro, the nightlife. Okay, y'all, there's always something to do in Atlanta. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all like the rundown. If you're like a mid-20s, 20-something, even early 30s, I'm gonna run through like what a typical Saturday or a Sunday in Atlanta looks like if you're like looking to turn up. So let's say it's Sunday, okay? You start at BQE for brunch, get there like 11, 12, 1, okay? So you start with brunch. And then after brunch, you head to the day party at Oak. So you go to Oak, it's lit because the day parties turn into clubs. Like, Oak has sections, Oak pops bottles, Oak has hookah, like that's what you're doing. You go there, go to the day party, turn up, whoop, whoop, whoop. Now you have all this alcohol in your system. Now you want to go get something to eat. So where are you going? You may go to Harold's. Go to Harold's, you get some chicken with a little mild sauce on it, and then you're also getting some more hookah. So at this point, it's about 7, 8 o'clock, and then you go from there to another lounge. So let's say it's a Sunday, you may go to Siva's. That's something real chill. Siva's is one of the go-to spots for like young people. And then after that, you go into the after hours spot, and it's like back to back to back to back to back, like literally an all day thing. And even if it's not on the weekend, you can always find a good happy hour spot in Atlanta during the week. Another pro is the airport. So we have Hartsfield Jackson International Airport. It's the busiest airport in the world. You can get pretty much anywhere, super convenient. Flights are pretty affordable most times. Anywhere you're looking to go, you can get there from ATL. So I will truly say one of the great things about Atlanta is that, listen, you gonna hustle, okay? There are so many different ways to make money here in Atlanta, whether you're a professional, you enjoy working in corporate America, or you're an entrepreneur. I have never seen so many young entrepreneurs in one place at one time, and everyone's looking to better themselves. Everyone's looking to collaborate with like-minded people, like-minded individuals to get to that next level. So if you come to Atlanta and you have that entrepreneurial spirit, you can definitely make something shake here in Atlanta. And even if you're not an entrepreneur and you don't work in corporate America, and honestly and truly you're just looking for a hustle, you can do Uber Eats, you can become a bottle girl, you can become a hookah girl, a bartender. They make great tips. Like I said, there's always something to do in Atlanta. So you will have work unless we in a quarantine like we are right now. But aside from that, you will always have work because there are always people out in Atlanta, and people in Atlanta like to spend money. Okay, another pro living in Atlanta, the food. Y'all, I don't know if it's because it's a chocolate city or what, but it's a little something extra in the food. You can literally find anything you want to eat here in Atlanta, and it's 9 times out of 10 gonna be good. Like, if you like soul food, you got Busy Bees. If you like Jamaican food, you got that Fire. Dat Fire is the name of the restaurant. And I think they have another one called Mangoes. You have Asian spots. Like, Atlanta is known for its lemon pepper wet wings. If you really want to get into it, you can get like the mild with the lemon pepper sprinkles or the hot with the lemon pepper sprinkles. Listen, they get real creative with the wings in Atlanta. But if you ask me, the best wings in Atlanta are at American Deli, JR Crickets, and I like Atlanta Wings. Atlanta Wings is like, yeah, Atlanta Wings is Atlanta Wings. But yeah, the food is awesome here. Like, you can literally catch a vibe anywhere. Literally, you can catch a vibe anywhere. So another great thing about Atlanta is the culture. So I'm talking everything from music to the events that happen in Atlanta, to the types of people that you're gonna meet in Atlanta, to the way that we do things here in Atlanta. Like, the culture here is truly, truly unmatched. Like, you can catch a vibe anywhere. We got the music industry on lock right now. It's the Black Hollywood, so the entertainment industry is booming. The food is awesome. The people, the vibe that we create here in Atlanta is unmatched. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, y'all. The history, like, think back to like MLK and everything that goes on. We have the aquarium, we have the World of Coke, the Trap Museum. Like, all of these things contribute to the culture of Atlanta. Like, our soccer team, I have never seen another city in the history of the United States of America that has a cult-like following like Atlanta United does. And their fan base is so diverse. Like, you have Black people going to the games. I go to all the games. Like, the culture in Atlanta is just different. And unless you have experienced it, you're not going to feel what I'm talking about. But just know, if you come to Atlanta, you're definitely going to get the culture that you're looking for. So let's go ahead and get into the cons, okay? Okay. So the first con, as I'm sure y'all know, is the traffic. And I talked about this in Things to Know before moving to Atlanta, but the traffic here is really, it's really as bad as everybody says it is. Like, there's no hype, there's no gas. It's bad. Like, it's really bad, y'all. And you'll need a car unless you want to take public transportation. I have a car, So I don't really take like the MARTA or like the buses, trains, but I've heard that the public transportation here isn't all of that. Believe me when I say this, the traffic in Atlanta is absolutely terrible. And in addition to traffic being bad, this is something that people don't talk about as often. But y'all, these potholes, the potholes in Atlanta will mess up your car. They will take you out the game. And they're everywhere. I'm not kidding. They're on the highway. They're in the roads. They're in their neighborhoods. They're everywhere. So beware of the potholes before you come to Atlanta. Okay, another con. I hate to say this, but I gotta say it. I have to be transparent with you guys. So the dating scene in Atlanta is very hit or miss, okay? A lot of the people here aren't looking to be serious right now, and for the men, they have a lot of options, guys. The men are outnumbered by a long shot. And then once you start to factor in like men who like men, the number of eligible bachelors for women becomes a lot smaller and smaller and smaller. So I will say, ladies, the pickings, depending on what you're looking for, the pickings can be slim. It's doable, but I mean, if you're looking for your husband, I'm not gonna tell you to come to Atlanta, okay? Because I'm single, and I've been single for a long time now. But yeah, like the dating scene here is very hit or miss. I'm not gonna say you can't find anybody. I'm not gonna say you can, but just know that the dating scene in Atlanta isn't the best. Okay, so another con about living in Atlanta. So this kind of goes, this can actually be a pro and a con. There's so much to do that it's easy to get distracted. And I say that because, like I said, there's always something going on. There's always a concert, or there's always some type of meetup event, or there's always like a happy hour going on, or like a networking social or a gathering of some sort. There's always something, a festival. It's so easy to get distracted and lose sight of what you really came here to do. So if you're gonna come to Atlanta, make sure that you have your head on straight and you really are about your business, okay? And once you start meeting more people, you're definitely gonna start getting invited out to more places. So just know how to have discipline and stay aligned with your goals. Like, don't lose sight of what you came to Atlanta to do. The last thing about Atlanta is very Joneses. Everybody here is trying to keep up with the Joneses, even if that means them going broke. Like, everyone wants to have like the latest trendy fashion. Everybody has to have their hair done. Everybody wants to drive the fly whip and have a nice crib. Like, everyone wants to, well, let me not say everyone, but a lot of people like to portray a certain lifestyle. And, you know, that's cool and all. But like I said, just don't lose sight of who you really are. Like, don't get lost in the sauce here in Atlanta, because it can be very easy, especially if you try to keep up with the Joneses. All right, y'all. So that is my take on the pros and the cons of living in Atlanta. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Hopefully y'all are planning to move to Atlanta. I love it. I've been here for, like I said, 2.5 years, and I've loved every minute of it. If you're young, professional, if you're an entrepreneur, 20 something, especially, you know, if you have the freedom to get up and go, I would definitely suggest going ahead and making that move and coming down to Atlanta. So if you have any further questions on Atlanta, feel free to message me. I'll leave my Instagram down below. You guys can message me on Instagram. I would love to have some dialogue with you guys and talk about life in Atlanta. And definitely leave me some suggestions on other topics you guys want to know, or if there's specific things in Atlanta you want me to touch on, definitely let me know and I'll go ahead and cover those. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys give this a thumbs up, and I'll be back with more content sooner than later. Follow me on Instagram at Brianna J. Weaver, and I will see y'all in my next video. Later.